Today's tutorial, you will learn how to cut and sew this stylish drawstring kimono with patch pockets from start to finish. So whether you're a beginner or you're looking to improve your sewing skill, I'll help you to achieve this through this very method I'm about to show you. So if this is what you're interested in learning, if you want to make exactly what you can see on the screen, let's get started. Now guys, you see here I'm with my fabric. So in the making of this kimono jacket with drawstring and patch pocket, what you'll be needing is about 3 yards of fabric. But for me, I'm of a smaller size. I have 3 yards of fabric, but I've gone ahead to cut out 2 yards first. So what you can see here is 2 yards. And now I'll go ahead and fold all the way to the end. Now if you're of a bigger size, what you should cut out first is about 2.5 yards. I hope we are together. So I see where I'm folding my fabric. You see where I folded the first edge facing edge, like that. Then I'll go ahead and come to this part that does not have any opening. That is this part that is on fold, and I'll go ahead and just fold it again. So please guys, pay attention carefully. Now guys, now that we have folded it, I just face the part that is all folded towards, that's this side here. I faced it towards me like this. Now we'll start taking our measurements. The first thing we have to do is to take our neck width. For this kimono jacket, I'll be taking 3 inches for the neck width. Then I'll be coming down by 1.5 inches. Now this 1.5 inches is for the back neckline. I hope you understand. So take note of that. Now I'll go ahead and just connect to form our neckline. After doing that, the next thing I'll go ahead and do is to come to this other side here. That is the end of this fabric here. And I'll be going down by how deep I want armhole to be. So I'll place my tape from the beginning of this fabric here, the top here, which is serving as our shoulder line, and I'll be going down by how deep I want our armhole to be. Remember, this is a kimono jacket and it's supposed to be free. So for me, I went down by 11 inches. You can go down by 10 inches or 12 inches, but make sure it's free for you. Now guys, I'll also place my tape from the beginning of the line, and I'll just go ahead and just continue marking the 11 inches all through that point. Then I'll go ahead and join it. Now another way to take this measurement is to just place your tape around your armhole and just make sure it's very free. Whatever you get, you just divide it by 2. I hope you understand me. Having said that, the next thing we'll go ahead and do is to place our tape from that folded part here of the fabric, and I'll be taking my hip measurement divided by 4. I hope you understand guys. My hip measurement divided by 4, I'll just give it a mark. Now I'll also go ahead and add extra 6 inches to it. Why? Is because this is a very free kimono jacket, so you make sure it's free for you. So you can go ahead and add extra 5 inches. But for me, I added 6 inches. And guys, see what I'm just doing here? I'm just going to connect a little armhole curve here at this point here. I hope you see the way I did it. So just go ahead and do yours like that. Now guys, I'll measure what I have from that point there, and I'll start measuring it all the way down. So just follow carefully guys. So I'll start measuring it all the way till the down part of our fabric. Now guys, after doing that, the next thing I'll do is to just go ahead and connect all those points I marked to give us a straight line, just the way you see me doing. So I'm just connecting it all the way till I reached this point here. So guys, now that we have done this, then I just went ahead to just make the armhole curve a little bit more visible. Now that we have done that, the next thing we'll go ahead and do is to start cutting. So right now, we'll start cutting from the neckline, just like this. Now you'll notice I'm not cutting exactly from that line. I'm giving about 1/2 inch. This is because we are going to use that 1/2 inch to join our band to it. Now I'll come over to this part here. So I don't want this border lines of this fabric to be showing. That is the end of this fabric. I hope you see. So I just first of all cut that part out. I hope you understand me. So guys, after cutting it out, next thing I have to do is to start cutting this from this armhole part all the way to the down part, following those lines. Please guys, I hope you're paying attention carefully. And guys, I'm done cutting it. Now I'll show you what it looks like. I'll go ahead and open it up. So watch carefully how I'm going to do that. Now I'm opening this up because we have to separate the front from the back, because I'll be using one side to cut the front part. Remember, the front side is not going to be like the back side. The front side is going to be open. So I'll just place it very well. Make sure it's well arranged so that when you cut it out, one side is not bigger than one like the other side. I hope you understand. So just do it the way I just did mine. Now I'll be using this side here. this side towards the right as the front side. So I just went ahead to pin it down so that it doesn't move when I'm just taking the measurement I'm about to take now. So right now that I've arranged it, next thing I went ahead to do is to bring my pattern master and I'll bring my chalk. So remember, this is that 3 inches for our neck width. I'll just go ahead and mark it all the way to the downside. So I know but I'm measuring it, but I just place my tape now to just show you so that you know that we are on the right track. So you can just go ahead and mark 3 inches from the top here, from that particular top here, all the way to the downside of only the front side. Don't do it on both sides, or if not, you will end up spoiling your kimono jackets that you are cutting. So just do it only on one side, just the way I just did mine, like this. So right now, guys, you can see it. Now we have cut out the front side. I hope you understand now. So I'll go ahead and just remove the pins that we used to pin it down. I hope you see. So the next thing I'll go ahead and do is to arrange it properly, just the way you can see me doing it. So just watch carefully. Make sure they are all equal on both sides. Make sure one side is not longer or bigger than the other side. So I'll just arrange it properly like this. Hope you can see, guys. So I also went ahead to use my pin to just pin the sides down. Now that we have done this, the next thing I'll go ahead and do is cut our band. Now to do that, we have to measure all around this to know the band length we are going to use. So I'm gonna head to bring our tape and I'll be placing this from this end here all the way till the other end. So just follow carefully. Make sure you also measure the shoulder, the neckline. I hope you understand. So because we'll be attaching the band also on the neckline. Remember the neckline. So you see, even if your tape finished, just go ahead and bring the head back to that point that your tape stopped and just go ahead and complete it till you reach the other end. Now you just join the two measurements together. So when I did mine, I got about 83 inches. So I've gone ahead to use that measurement and cut out this band. So see what this fabric here. Now the length I used, actually I added extra 3 inches. So it's better you add extra inches just to be on the safer side. So just even if it's more than enough, you just cut it the remaining one. And for the width, it is 5 inches. That is on fold, it is 2.5 inches. I hope we are clear. And guys, we're going to attach this band on it. So see where I folded it like this. You can see it is the front side that is showing. Now just fold it carefully and I'll place it on the like this. I hope you see what I'm doing. Just place it on your kimono like this. And now we'll just go ahead and use our pin to pin it down. So you just continue pinning it down all the way till you reach the other end. So you have to be careful about this and make sure it doesn't get bent when you're pinning it down, especially at the neckline area. Also, you just pin it carefully all the way till you reach the other end. So guys, now I'll take mine to my sewing machine now and I will start stitching. Remember to stitch with about half inch. Remember, half inch. So I'll stitch all the way to the other end. And when I'm done, I'll show you what it looks like. So guys, this is it. This is what it looks like. You can see how neat it looks like. Now guys, I'll go ahead and turn this over to the front like this. Do not stitch the side yet. Do not stitch the side yet. So right now it's open, as you can see on mine. Now the next part we are going to stitch is the down part of our fabric, just like this. And I'll also go ahead and stitch the armhole part. So we'll use about 1 inch to do that. So the armhole 1 inch, both sides of the armhole and the down part of our fabric. So guys, this is what it looks like after I was done stitching. You can see how neat they all look like. So guys, make sure to take 1 inch for this folding allowance. Don't take on some side 1 inch, on some side 2 inches. So do have to take 1 inch so that everything will just look in uniform. One side will not be longer than the other side. So guys, now that I've finished doing that, I've just arranged it properly like this. Now it's time to close the side. I can see we'll be closing it with about 1 inch. Remember, 1 inch on both sides, just like this. So we'll also do the same thing for the other side. I hope you understand. So guys, this is what it looks like after we were done taking that 1 inch measurement. You can see how neat it's looking on this other side also. You can see it. So guys, next thing we have to do is to turn this over to the back like this, and we are going to be taking the measurement. So I've gone ahead to bring my tape, and I've also gone ahead to open this fabric. Now you can go ahead and iron it first, but now I've brought my tape and I'll be going up by 10 inches. Now this totally depends on you. You can go up by 8 inches, 9 inches, 12 inches, totally depends on you. But for me, I just went down by 10 inches. So I'll be doing that on both sides of that joining. Remember, it's that 1 inch we used to join this the sides. That is why I told you to leave about 1 inch. So then guys, this is it here. Now I've gone ahead to cut out 2 pieces of fabric, 4 pieces actually, but 2 pieces is for one side and the remaining 2 pieces for the other side. And I'll go ahead and just fold all of them. Guys, fold all of them just to give you something like a rope. So see the way I'm just folding it, you can follow the same method and just fold it for all the 4 pieces. But I'm just using 2 just to show you, but make sure you do, because 2 will be for one side of the joining and the other 2 is for the other side. So guys, let's go over to the sewing machine and stitch that and show you what it looks like. Guys, this is it here. I'm done stitching them, and you can see we have our rope now. So I'll be placing it exactly on that point, that 10 inches point we marked. I hope you understand. You know, I gave it a mark. I'll place it there and I'll go ahead and fold one side. I hope you see what I'm doing. Please guys, follow carefully at what I'm doing. And I'll fold one side of that opening there. So just the way you can see there. And I'll go ahead and just stop stitch that part there, and I'll bring the other rope and place it here. See what I'm doing, guys? I hope you see what I'm doing. So that I'm just folding it the little inch on that point. I'll also go ahead and stitch. So we'll stop stitch on that 10 inches point first and go ahead and stitch both sides of where we put that rope. And guys, I'll also do exactly the same thing I did there on the other side of our dress. I hope you understand me, guys. So guys, after I was done doing that, this is the end result of what we just did. You can see how neat it looks like. Now I'll just show you that drawstring effect. Now you can see how it's having that drawstring effect here. That is it, and this is it for the other side also. Exactly the same thing. You can see it's having that drawstring effect now. So guys, I just went ahead to open this part here so that you can see the way I stitched it. So I stitched first on the top of that 10 inches well by, then I stitched the sides. So guys, now I've gone ahead to arrange our fabric very well. You can see it's facing the front now, and I'll place my tape from the shoulder line and I'll be going down by where I want my patch pockets to start from. So I went down by 19 inches and I went ahead to give it a mark. Now from this part here, the center fold of our kimono jacket, I came in by 3 inches. After doing that, I've gone ahead to also go cut this piece of fabric here for our patch pockets. So I'll be placing it from that point, just those points I marked. That, remember, we came down by 19 inches and we came in by 3 inches from this side here, the center side. Now guys, the length for this pocket, for those of you who might be asking, is 10 inches, while for the width it is 8 inches. On the pocket, I've gone ahead to fold all sides with half an inch, except the top that I folded it by 1 inch. Now guys, I'll go ahead and also place the same pocket, use the same measurement on the other side. Also remember, the patch pockets are 2, so I see it here is going to be at the side also. So come down by 19 inches and go in by 3 inches from the center fold. Guys, I've gone ahead and stitched all the sides except the top. And now guys, the last thing we have to do is I've gone ahead and just turn this over to the front. This amble part here, it will not really be relaxed if we don't notch it. So that is why I went ahead to turn it over to the back. I can see I'm notching the amble part. I'll also do the same thing for the other one also. So guys, after notching this one, you can see how relaxed it looks like even without ironing it yet. And I've done the same thing for the other side of our drawstring with patch pocket kimono jacket. So guys, tell me if this tutorial was interesting in the comments and if you'll be trying it out. And if you know someone this video will be helpful to, please do not hesitate to share this video to them. And don't forget to subscribe for more amazing tutorials like this. Don't forget to turn on your notifications so that you'll be notified whenever I upload new amazing tutorials. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next one. Bye.